Well, Wes, congratulations on the film. I think it's safe to say you're ending the series on a high.
I hope so. Yeah.
I think you are.
Yeah.
Just thinking back to when the series started, it was your first feature
Yeah.
film, wasn't it? And of course you were taking some very popular books. How daunting was that for you at the time?
It's funny, I think because it was my first movie, I was kind of blissfully unaware, so there wasn't a lot of pressure there. It was just, I feel like I had a good idea of how to make that movie work, and it had a great cast, of course, an awesome crew behind me. And everyone's very patient with me as I figured it out for myself, of course, being in my first movie. But it's been quite a journey, I think, and I'm certainly thrilled and super kind of feel very fortunate to have the opportunity to make all three of these movies.
So how do you think you've changed and matured as a director over the series?
Honestly, I'm probably the last person that could tell, because I just can't self-analyze myself that way, but I'm positive if anyone were to look at the movies in a run, I'm sure that they would see some kind of growth in terms of craft, in terms of filmmaking in general. But I have no idea. I think for us, we just had a story we wanted to tell, we set out to make it, and of course we keep trying to top ourselves every time, and we have that kind of great, kind of ambitious spirit that we've always had from the very first one. We have a little bit more money this time, so we get to go bigger. But,
that helps.
Right, but I don't know exactly how I've grown in particular. I definitely couldn't self-analyze that way, I don't think.
So you filmed this one in South Africa, didn't you, instead of filming in the States or New
Cape Town.
Mexico? Why did you go for that location?
Part of it was it had all the things that we needed. It had a city, it had a desert, it had all the locations that we needed. But the other part of it was at the time when we got everyone together to figure out the puzzle of scheduling, most of the places in the world were winter. So we need to go down in the southern hemisphere where it was summer, and that happened to be Cape Town. But it turned out to be great. The locations were fantastic. The crews were really good, and it's just a long journey. It was the only issue with it really for us.
Okay. And how difficult was it to get such a large cast back together again after Scorch Trials? And of course you had to do it twice, didn't you? Which just made it even worse.
Right. Yeah, it's a very difficult thing with each movie. Kind of you add on these more and more cast members along the way, so it definitely gets difficult. But you work it out, you figure it out, the puzzle of it all, and of course that means sometimes you only have some actors for a week or two, and you have to figure out how to schedule things properly, and that's part of the process of making movies. But it was certainly a challenge. So
how many years of your life have you devoted to Maze Runner? Because I know it originally came out in 2014, but it's got to be longer than 4 years.
Yeah, I think it took about a year to make that first one, so it's probably been about 5 years, maybe a little over 5 years now for me.
And how does it feel now that it's all done and dusted?
It's a flood of emotions, honestly, because in one sense we're all kind of thrilled that we got to see it to the end. Just kind of say goodbye to the story and the fans that have supported us for so long. It's also kind of sad, of course, to say goodbye to some of the family that we've kind of created over the course of making these movies. But I think I'm also super excited to kind of move on to new things, tell new stories. So. It's everything.
And talking of new things, what comes next? I've read something about a horror movie.
I don't know yet. There's a lot of things in the fire. Things are getting reported everywhere I'm not even aware of. I don't know yet. That's kind of the beauty of where I'm at right now, where I get to go take a vacation. I get to kind of recharge creatively, and we've got a couple things that are on the shelf that I can kind of maybe look to see what is most interesting and most kind of passionate about. And hopefully whatever it is, it'll be different, it'll be something special, and looking forward to whatever that might be.
Definitely something different then.
Yeah, definitely.
Wes, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.